guys! So, since taking my little hiatus from YouTube, I have been most excited to film a haul for you guys. It has been 2 months since I've updated you on like things that I've been interested in purchasing, things that I've been trying, things that I've picked up, and I feel like so much has happened, the seasons have changed, and I really just wanted to give you guys an update on like some fun PR I've received and stuff I'm testing out, and I just wanted to kind of like bring you all and bring myself up to speed, especially now that summer is like literally halfway over. I think I'm kind of in denial about that. It feels like I think my brain still thinks it's May and July is like halfway over. I don't know what's going on. This year is going by so fast and now I'm starting to ramble. So before we get into the products that I want to share with you guys today, I just want to say hello and welcome to any of you who are new to my face here. My name is Lauren. I am so happy that you clicked on this video and decided to come hang out and chat beauty with me. I hope you'll click that little subscribe button down below before you go, and if you want to be notified when I post new content, I'm going to be uploading every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 10 a.m. So stay tuned for more fun tutorials and reviews and all that kind of stuff in the future. So the first thing I want to talk about are sunscreens. These are actually 2 new products that I picked up with my own money that I was really interested in trying out. The first I got at my local Target. This is the Pacifica Mineral Bronzing Sunscreen with Coconut Probiotics. And what I thought was really cool about this product is, number one, it's a spray, so definitely is really easy to apply. But the other thing I really liked was that it was a bronzing sunscreen. So I was really curious as to see like what the heck that was all about. But from what I can tell, I've used this once or twice. This is almost like a body makeup. So it gives your skin a like matte bronzed finish. It like instantly gives you a little bit of a glow. Now I do have a tan right now, so I found that this just kind of makes my skin not necessarily look darker, but it makes it look almost like flawless, the way that you would expect body makeup to. So I actually think it's really cool. Now it does not say that it is super transfer resistant. It says to like it can stain your clothing, so I feel like you need to apply this carefully and like let it dry fully before you like let it come in contact with clothes. I haven't noticed it like rubbing off in the car or on things that I've been wearing, but honestly I haven't really tested this out a whole lot yet. So we'll give this more of a try, but I thought this was a really just like cool, interesting thing, especially at the drugstore. This is SPF 30, but they also do make this in an SPF 50 version without the bronzing properties. So if you don't want the extra like tan glow, you can get this just in a plain clear formula. But yeah, I like it. Also, it smells very more like tropically than and like coconutty than it does just like regular sunscreen. So like this a lot, think this is cool, and excited to play around with it more. And then for my face, I picked up this IT Cosmetics Anti-Aging Armour Super Smart Skin Perfecting Beauty Fluid. And it's an SPF 50 treatment. I believe this is brand new to IT Cosmetics. I got it online from Ulta. I don't know if it's even available in stores yet. And basically, I was curious about this because I've been really loving my Origins, like Dr. Whale sunscreen, the SPF 45 mineral sunscreen. It is also just a single ounce bottle, but that retails for $42, which is so crazy expensive for sunscreen. But it can be really difficult to find a full mineral SPF for your face that doesn't make it too greasy or doesn't leave too chalky of an appearance. So I do really like that one, but I was curious to see how this would compare. And this did say that it had pigments in it to kind of make it not look as white and chalky, and I was really interested to find out that this is actually almost like a foundation color. It's a nude shade. It is not a white sunscreen the way that the Origins one is. And this does actually look really, really nice on the skin. I feel like it leaves an almost matte finish, and it just makes your skin not necessarily look like you're wearing makeup, but it just makes it look perfected. It is really quite nice. This is also pretty expensive. I believe it retails for $38, so still definitely up there in price for 1 ounce of product, but it has really great sun protection. It's all mineral sunscreens, so definitely I'm going to be playing around with this a bit more, but thus far I find that it really does play well, nice under makeup, and it does give your skin a really nice finish. Like if you don't want to wear makeup, you could easily just like slap a little bit of this on and maybe like a little bit of like a lip balm and some mascara and feel very put together without being made up. Another thing that I got recently that I thought was just a really amazing deal was actually a set from Sephora, and it's by the brand Living Proof, and you get 2 full-size products and 2 travel-size products for $25. Which is really kind of insane because most of Living Proof's full-size products retail for around the $24 to $26 mark. So you kind of can't go wrong with this set. It's a very good value. You're basically getting like the samples for free and one of these for free. So the products in this set were the Perfect Hair Day Dry Shampoo. This is a really excellent formula. It does do a pretty good job of soaking up excess oil in your hair and also refreshing it. All the Living Proof products have a very fresh scent to them. They're not very sweet or very floral. So if you are someone that just likes a fresh, clean smelling scent, you probably would really like this dry shampoo. And then it also has their in-shower styler. Now I was really curious to try this product out, and I've only used it once, and I'm not sure how I feel about it. I need to try it again. But basically the idea is like this is something that you put in your hair when it is wet in the shower after you've conditioned it. You leave it in for a few seconds, and then you very lightly rinse it out, and then you towel dry your hair, and then you let your hair air dry, and this is supposed to enhance any of your hair's natural texture. Now my hair has like no natural texture. It is straight as a freaking stick, but it did say that this was for people with straight to like a little bit wavy hair. It didn't actually say that it was for people with curly hair. I think it's meant to sort of enhance people with like soft waves to kind of give them more of that beachy vibe. And it did suggest if you have straight hair to like put your hair up in braids or buns and then let it dry that way, and then it would kind of let you have that curly wavy vibe even though your hair is naturally very straight. So if you follow me on Instagram, I did use this. I had my hair in like little buns all day. My only problem is that I felt like my hair didn't dry when it was in the buns, and they weren't that tight. I feel like this happens to me a lot. My hair just kind of stayed damp, so when I took it out, it didn't really hold the curl because my hair was still kind of too wet for it to like have maintained the style. So I'm going to experiment with it again, maybe try it in braids, see how that goes, or maybe I'm going to let it air dry almost to completion and then put it up in the bun, so that way it can kind of dry fully that way, but not be from like a completely like damp state, if that makes any sense. I feel like I'm rambling, but you get the point. I definitely still need to try this out, but it seems like it could be a cool product, especially for the summer when you don't want to necessarily have to worry about heat styling your hair. So I also recently picked up some bath and body products from the brand Hempz. This is a brand that I've seen a lot on Ulta and never actually purchased from, but I've heard really good things, and I was curious. They were buy one, get one half off, and I was like, you know what? Might as well just splurge and kind of see what they're all about, especially if I can get them at a good price. So I got the Age-Defying Exfoliating Herbal Body Scrub, as well as the White Peach, Rosé, and Peony Herbal Shave Gel. Now I actually did use these both for the very first time this morning, and I really liked them, and I'm quite pleased with the products that I picked as like my first foray into the brand. First of all, the reason I thought this scrub would be nice is because it does have scrubby bits in it, but they're quite gentle, but it is infused with glycolic acid, which is one of my favorite skincare ingredients, and I felt like this would be really great for sort of reducing the texture that I have on my chest and back. I don't really get acne, but sometimes I do get a little bit of like rough skin and some texture in those areas, and so I felt like this would be a really nice way on a regular basis to kind of keep that in check. It does smell very light and fresh. It doesn't have an overpowering fragrance to it or anything like that. And so far, I really like this a lot. And then this shave gel is to die for. It smells, oh my god, it smells so good. It kind of doesn't smell specifically like any one of the things. Like, it doesn't really smell exactly like peaches or like roses or like peonies. It's just like slightly fruity and slightly floral and yummy and delicious. It says it's a limited edition scent. I don't know how true that is, but I'm glad if it is limited edition that I got a chance to try it before it disappears. But basically, this is a shave gel, so it doesn't get super foamy the way like shaving cream does. It goes on almost more like a really thick gel, like body wash. But it does give your razor a really nice glide. It doesn't clog up your razor, which is one of the things that drives me crazy about some shaving products that like are too oily and like just you take like one swipe of your razor and it's just all clogged up and gross, and it's not a good situation. Don't have that problem with this. So I definitely am going to enjoy having this for the summer. My Pacifica shave cream, I love that one, is like almost gone, so I was kind of looking for something to replace it when that ran out. And I am definitely pleased with my choice because this has been really quite nice. Good first impression. So the next couple of products that I want to talk about are from Tarte. Now these are things that I picked up kind of over the last few months, some of which are brand new launches, some of them are things that I just had my eye on forever and ever and like finally just decided to bite the bullet and pick up. So the newest thing that I've gotten, and this is the newest launch to Tarte of the 3 products I'm going to talk about, is their Clay Foundation Stick. Now, I have been on the hunt for a foundation stick for a long time now. I did buy the Anastasia Beverly Hills one maybe like 6 or 7 months ago, and I really didn't like it. It was so dry, I felt like it was so hard to blend out, and I just was not a fan of it. And then I almost bought the Hourglass Vanish Foundation Stick at the holidays when they had like that VIB coupon, but then I just decided like it was so much money that I just couldn't bring myself to do it, and thus I was still foundation stickless. And then I found out Tarte was coming out with one, and I went to the store once they finally actually had them in store at Sephora and swatched them and played around with the colors, and the formula felt so creamy and smooth, yet it dried down to a pretty like powdery matte finish, so I felt like this actually might be something I would really like. So I decided to bite the bullet and pick it up. I have the shade Medium Sand. It's what I am wearing for my foundation today, and this is just a really quite a nice product. I mean, I've only used it maybe about 3 or 4 times, so I do still need to like really test it out for a couple weeks to fully appreciate it, but thus far I feel like it does blend out really nicely with your fingers. I don't particularly like this with a brush because I feel like it's very soft and it leaves marks in the skin. But if you just draw on a few lines onto your face and you blend the product in with your fingers, it does cover really well. You can, you know, build up little areas where you may need a little more coverage, but you don't really need a lot of this product to go a long way. I feel like it does look matte but not drying on my skin, and I generally do like it. So I will be testing this out a little bit more to give you like my full thoughts. But first impression wise, I think I do enjoy it. Another product that I've been loving and is also on my face today is this Tarte Amazonian Clay Waterproof Brow Pencil. It seemed like all of my brow pencils all ran out literally at the same time. I'm going to be filming an empties video later today, I think, and I probably have like at least 3 or 4 brow products in that pile because I swear they all just literally ran up at once. So I was definitely in need of a new pencil, and I decided to give this one a try because I'd heard good things about it. I got the shade Rich Brown, which is a perfect shade for my hair color because it's not too warm toned. It's got like a little bit more of a gray cool undertone to it, and it's not overly pigmented, so it doesn't look unnatural in my brows, but it is very creamy and easy to work with. So generally speaking, I'm using this in my brows today. I've been liking this a lot. It is very similar to the Anastasia Brow Wiz in terms of it is literally the exact same design. The only downside is this only comes in 3 shades, so that is kind of limiting. I think Anastasia definitely has Tarte beat in that respect, but in terms of being a nice natural brow pencil that lasts and wears well on your face, that thing's pretty good. And then the last Tarte product that I got for myself, this was really the like thing that I've had my eyes on since last year, and just was like, no, I don't need it, I don't need it, I don't need it. And then finally was just like, you know what? I want it. I had points to redeem at Ulta. I had like $50 in Ulta points to spend. And I treated myself to the Tarte Tartest Pro eyeshadow palette. This thing is hefty. Let me tell you, it just like feels weighty. It feels nice. I love the packaging. It's so sleek and sophisticated. And it has 16 matte eyeshadows and 4, they call them duochromatic shades. I don't really feel like the duochromatic shades in this particular palette are very duochromatic. They're just kind of metallic. To be honest, the shimmers in this palette do not really impress me very much. They're alright, but I don't really feel like the shades are anything that interesting, and the formula is kind of like meh. But the matte shades in this really are stunning. They are very pigmented, but they also blend out really nicely. They feel very smooth. They aren't as buttery in the sense of they don't have a lot of slip to them. They do kick back quite a bit of powder in the pan, but on the eyes I don't notice a lot of fallout, and I feel like they just blend beautifully and stay put pretty well where you put them. So this is the palette. When I got married, like, I wore eyeshadows from this palette on my wedding day. I did my friend's makeup for her wedding. I used this palette. I just think that it has basically all the shades that you need to complete an eyeshadow look, and it is really nice. So I'm very much happy that I finally decided to get this for myself, because I feel like I'm gonna get a ton of use out of this. Speaking of eyeshadow palettes, I finally got my hands on a Juvia's Place palette. This is the Saharan. They were on sale at Haute Look, and I was like, you know what? I've seen these palettes all over the place. I've seen Nikki tutorials use them. They look incredible, and I'm just like, you know what? I just need one. I just need to know, because they're really quite affordable. And with the sale on Haute Look, this palette retailed for like $20, and I couldn't help myself. So these are the shades inside of this particular palette, and I think they are so just beautiful. You get this really like vibrant, like coral red shade over here. You get a nice orange. You get these really intense metallic shades. If you've never seen a review of a Juvia's Place palette before, they are just crazy pigmented, just very buttery, and just really artistic and usual interesting shades. So I've been loving this. I feel like on the days where I'm feeling a little bit more adventurous, this is a palette that I reach for. Or there are like some mattes in here, but really there's only one sort of transition shade, and it's just a teeny bit dark for my complexion. So a lot of times I'll use this in conjunction with my Tarte palette if I need a little bit more matte kind of balance, especially there's no like cream color in here for me to set down my eyes or to highlight with or anything like that. But in terms of fun pops of color, this is awesome. And since the shimmer shades in the Tarte palette kind of suck, I feel like these ones are way more interesting, so I definitely have been enjoying using those two palettes together. In keeping with the eye makeup trend, I have added 2 new mascaras to my makeup collection recently. One I was sent with PR, and one I did purchase with my own money. The one that I bought for myself is the L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Paradise Mascara. I do really like this a lot. If you saw my all drugstore makeup tutorial that I posted on Wednesday, this was in there, and I really do feel like this gives your lashes so much volume, but the brush has lots of bristles that are separated enough that, you know, it lets you work out those clumps. It's just that perfect balance of giving you like a fluttery natural lash, but also being like volumizing and dramatic. I don't know, I want it all when it comes to mascara, and this gives it to me, and it only costs like $9. So definitely, if you're in the market for a new mascara and you like volume and you like a little bit more of a dramatic lash, I would recommend checking this one out because it is pretty awesome. And then I also got sent this mascara from Influencer. This is the Givenchy, it is the Noir Interdit mascara. Interdit? I don't really even know how they pronounce it, but this is a very weird mascara, I'm not gonna lie. So basically the brush is a little bit curved, it only has bristles on one side, it's all synthetic, they're very spiky, and then it has this ability, like if there's a hinge in the wand, so that way you can angle it and hold it kind of like at a 90-degree angle as you're applying your mascara. I find the biggest problem with this wand is that I have never stabbed myself in the eye as many times as I have using this mascara. I don't know what it is about. The bristles, first of all, are like teeny tiny little daggers. They are super, super pointy and sharp, and they're plastic, so they're like extra sharp compared to a regular mascara. And since the bristles only kind of cluster at the top here, when you are applying your mascara, something about like these ones that are closest to your eye just kind of angle a little bit inward, and I just accidentally poked myself in the eye more than once. So that for me has been kind of like a meh factor. The other thing, I find this mascara has a very heavy fragrance to it, which smells luxurious, but at the same time I feel like also kind of irritates my eyes. Every time I've worn this mascara, I feel like my eyes end up just a little bit itchy, or I feel a little bit more inclined to want to rub them, which I don't like. Now, this is also one of those mascaras that you put on one coat and it doesn't really look like it's doing much, but it does build up really well because the bristles are very spiky and good at separating the lashes. So this will build without clumping pretty well, and you do need like at least 2 coats to get like a really intense dramatic effect. So it's one of those mascaras that like if you have the time to sit there and work with it, it can make your lashes look really beautiful. I just don't care to do that usually, and when I can get something from L'Oreal that's very inexpensive and gives me what I want in like a second, I would prefer reaching for that over this. The packaging is beautiful. I mean, it's a gorgeous looking product, but I personally feel like it's a little bit more gimmicky than it is actually practical and nice. So speaking of PR, now I don't get a whole lot of free product, but I do get some. And these next products I actually was completely shocked to receive. I think I applied to be on Pixi's PR list like 4 or 5 months ago, probably when I got back from Gen Beauty LA, which was actually in January, so maybe more like 6 months ago. And I never heard anything, and I never really expected anything of it. And then one day I came home from work and there was just a box from Pixi in my mailbox, and it totally floored me. I was so excited because I had seen that package on like other YouTubers' Instagrams and on their channels, and I was super excited. So the first box they sent me was 3 of their peel and polish resurfacing concentrates. So I thought that was so generous of them to send to me. Right now I haven't opened the other 2. I'm thinking about doing a giveaway, so if that's something you would like to try to win, definitely let me know in the comments down below, something that might be fun to host. But this basically is sort of like a cross between an exfoliating scrub and a mask treatment. You apply it all over your skin, you let it sit for about 2 minutes, and then you wash it off. It does have like a physical exfoliant feel, it does have granules in it, but it uses a lot of chemical exfoliants to help dissolve dead skin and resurface your skin, so it's kind of like a 1-2 punch. I feel like it smells delicious. It reminds me of a very like cucumbery, fresh scent. I really like it a lot. And it is intense. Like, I actually use a lot of glycolic acid products on my skin, so it's pretty used to chemical exfoliants at this point in time. But when you apply this, it does like tingle a little bit or feel a little bit warm. If it's really burning your skin, you should not leave it on for more than like 30 seconds, or if it gives you like any kind of irritation, you definitely want to minimize your use or not use this product. But I definitely can use it like twice a week, no problem, and my skin is fine, and I feel like it just leaves you feeling super, super soft and glowy, and it really just helps to kind of like aid that cell renewal process. So yeah, really, really like this a lot. Pixi is available at Target, and you can also get it online from their website. So if you're interested in checking out a new scrub, this one is definitely pretty good. So if that wasn't good enough, like legit maybe a few weeks later, I was at my life coach training in Manhattan, and I came home and there was a box on my doorstep again from Pixi, and I was like, what? I could not believe that they sent me more products, especially so soon after the resurfacing concentrate. So this time around I got some makeup, which has been really fun. They sent me 3 of their, these are like a lip gloss and lip stain duo. Hold on, what are you called? They're their gel tint and silk gloss duos. So there are 3 shades here. I have one that is in the shade pink tint and pretty gloss, one that is in berry tint and sweet gloss, and the last one's in beach tint and fresh gloss. And these have been really nice. I've worn them in a few posts I put on Instagram lately. And basically the tint part I actually really like a lot, because a lot of lip stains are very drying, and these are not. These really give you that true like popsicle lip look. They absorb into your lips and stain them, but they don't dry them out, and they don't go on unevenly. What I will say is the best thing to do with them is to apply it. Make sure you've got your full lip covered, and then blot off any excess with a tissue, and that will keep it from looking uneven, because if you do end up having like too much product globbed in like the corners of your lips or anything like that, it is going to dry down kind of weird. And then the gloss on top is super moisturizing, shiny, it's not sticky at all. It's really nice, and it does have a bit of pigmentation to it that does complement the tint. So all of these are really, really lovely. I've been enjoying them a lot. So if you're looking for that sort of fresh, easy summer lip combo, I would recommend these. I think they're really cool. Then they also sent me 3 of their sheer cheek gels. I've got the shade Natural, Flushed, and Rosy. Now I've only used Rosy so far. I've used this probably like 4 or 5 times. I haven't tried the other shades out yet, but I do like this one a lot. So these are pretty much exactly as the name would suggest. They are sheer cheek gels. They do have a bit of pigmentation, like they show up on your cheeks, but they're very natural and easy to blend, which I really like, because especially with a bright, vibrant red shade like this, sometimes if like a cheek tint is too pigmented, it's just really hard to work with, it's really hard to blend, and can make you feel like very clown cheeky. That is not the case with this. You need just a little bit. You can apply it with your fingers, blend it in, and just have that sort of nice flush without looking like overboard. So I'm curious to how this like really super dark shade will look. I haven't tried it out yet. This one is flushed. So maybe what I'll do is like post a more formal review on my blog or put swatches on Instagram. If you would like to see that, let me know in the comments down below. So I do also have another blush that I picked up recently. This one I did get with my own money, and I'm not gonna lie, it's mostly because of the super adorable packaging that this really sucked me in. And the product itself looked so beautiful, and even the pan is like embossed with this really cute pattern in it. These are the Ciate Glow 2 Illuminating Blushes. I have the shade Matchmaker, which is described as a burnt pink. But basically, these are a matte blush that has a shimmery highlight that's sort of marbled through, very similar to the Hourglass Ambient Lighting blushes. And I just thought they were super adorable. Now, they are quite tiny comparative to other blushes, but the pan is sort of like more raised. It's almost like a three-dimensional blush, so I think actual gram-wise, it's not like you're getting a significantly smaller amount of product than your standard blush. It just looks tiny in the package. This is the blush that I'm wearing today, and it is really beautiful. It is very glowy, but not glittery. So if you don't like shimmer in your blush, this may not be for you. The pigmentation on this particular shade is pretty light. If you really want like an intense color on your cheeks, you may want to layer this on top of another blush. But by itself, I feel like it just gives you like a nice light wash and a really like healthy glow. I think it's super, super pretty, and I have been enjoying wearing it. Also, I think the other trick to this is the brush that you're using. If you're using a very, very soft brush, you're gonna, I feel like, not pick up as much of the pigment. You're just gonna get a lot of sparkle. So you may want to use a slightly denser brush if you want to have more of an impact with the color. And then the last products that I want to share with you guys are some new makeup from the drugstore. If you saw my tutorial that I put up on Wednesday this week, basically all these products were in that tutorial, so if you'd like to see them in action, I would check that out. But these are all the new things that I have basically picked up from the drugstore. I think both of these brands, I got them when they were like buy one, get one half off, and I had coupons, so I got them for like really good deals. The first are two new products from Maybelline. I got their SuperStay Matte Ink. It's sort of like a lip color or like a liquid lipstick. This is in the shade Heroin. This is bomb. It is a really beautiful like orange red shade, and it is crazy long wearing. It does not transfer, like seriously kiss proof, and yet it is not uncomfortable on the lips. It's not as drying and crumbly as a lot of other liquid lipsticks are. This feels more like a gel stain that has the like pigment and the power of a liquid lipstick. It's very unique, very different from anything else that I've tried before, and I really like it a lot. Then I also got one of their City Mini palettes. This is in the Rooftop Bronzes shade. These are very buttery to the touch, but they look very pigmented when you swatch them, but they don't go on the eyes quite as pigmented, especially with a brush. I do like them, but the more that I use this, it's not necessarily like blowing my mind. I think for $8, it's really nice if you're looking for some fun shimmery bronze shades and you want to get something in a drugstore price point. It's definitely nice, but it's not like the most incredible eyeshadow I've ever used in my life. And then I have two products from Milani. I was so excited to finally get my hands on one of their highlighters. I'd seen them online for months and I could not find them in the stores, and then I finally found them at Walmart. This is the Strobelight Instant Glow Powder in the shade Sun Glow. Such a beautiful highlight. This has a really nice sort of neutral golden undertone to it. Looks really, really beautiful on like medium complexions. I think especially might be a little bit too dark on those of you who are very fair skinned. But these highlighters are so pigmented and so buttery soft. They're not chunky. They don't leave a lot of glitter on your face. They're just like a very intense, beautiful highlight. This is the highlight that I'm wearing today, and it is also the one that I used in that tutorial on Wednesday. It is just so good. And then I also finally got the Make It Last setting spray. This is really nice because the mister on it is so fine. There's nothing worse than a setting spray that like squirts your face and leaves like chunks of droplets and ruins your makeup. It's just not a good situation. But this is nice and fine. You can mist it all over and it just applies very evenly. It helps to lock your makeup into place. And I have noticed whenever I use this, my makeup does stay fresher and gets even less like shiny looking than it normally does. So Really been enjoying this, and it retails for about $10, so it is quite affordable compared to like Urban Decay. That was a lot of beauty products. I feel like this video is going to be like an hour long. I really have no idea. I'll have to see when I put the footage together later, but at least now we are all up to speed. So that's pretty much everything that is new and exciting in my beauty collection. If you would like to see more in-depth reviews or tutorials or swatches of any of these products, make sure you let me know in the comments down below. I really like hearing from you guys. And if you found this video fun and you enjoyed it, make sure you give it a thumbs up. I really appreciate your support. And again, if you're new to my channel and you want to be kept in the loop whenever I post new content, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below, or you can click on my face at the end of this video. So I hope you guys have an amazing weekend ahead, and I will see you in Monday's video. Bye.